Jen, do we got any questions from the audience? Let's jump in.
We do have a question here from Aiden. He said, thanks for your time. As a first-time co-founder, I want to hear suggestions about how to manage building their startup while having a full-time job until the point where they have money, either being funded or having revenue, and then they can focus on it full-time.
I'm going to break this part. Jen, feel free to lead me. And then Aiden, if you're out there, you can just jump in and start chatting away and give us a little more context because I want to help you out as much as I possibly can. I think working on your startup while you have a full-time job is awesome. Not only do you bootstrap, but here's what happens. You are forced to do things efficiently and create automated systems early. If you're working a full-time job, if you said to yourself, how do I actually generate revenue or start to get my customers without having to be at my desk and do it manually? Very creative. That's what ends up happening. This has happened for me as I've been doing a venture studio and I've got multiple startups on the go. And then plus I'm advising here full-time at Startups.com. I think to myself, how can I automate and make this as easy as possible so that my startup sells itself or services clients or handles users while I'm sleeping? And meanwhile, I've got the funding. And the first advice that I give, if you're working a full-time job, think to yourself, how do I make this company stand on its own, my startup actually make money without me having to take money from it, make money on its own? And the pressure cooker, those confines, tend to allow you to become a lot more creative. It stimulates creativity. One of the biggest investors, he ended up acquiring my first company, billionaire family office. And he would take me out and sit me down. And we had a conglomerate of companies that we were working on. And he said, Ed, access to capital leads to undisciplined decisions. Working a full-time job and working on your startup forces you to make disciplined decisions because you lack time and you don't just have money to throw at it. I've seen founders build amazing MVPs while working a full-time job, get a chunk of money, and then they start working on the start full-time, and they blow through the money like crazy. They think, oh, yeah, this is assured, when if they would have stayed in their full-time jobs and kept working, maybe hired some employees and got used to building a culture and a system that way, maybe it would have turned out differently. So if you're working a full-time job, the first thing is to get efficient and say, how can I make this startup successful, get that traction, without needing to work at it full time? That's the first part. What details am I missing, Jen, in terms of the rest of the question?
I believe you answered that before it said.
I think the other part, let's talk about when do you make the jump, all right? When do you make the jump? And this is a real tough thing. This falls in line with when do you hire your first employee? I just realized I'm doing the Donald Trump thing. Bad. When do you make the jump? When you have figured out product market fit. It's very simple. Product market fit, and you're welcome for that answer. Let's keep diving into this. Product market fit means, let's define this. Product market fit means that you are on a trajectory of growth where you are seeing a clear path of profitability, things are predictable, the profits are lining up, the customers have access, the pricing is there, you've got a certain amount of virality, and you also understand that even if you did nothing and you spent nothing on customer acquisition, that you would start to continue, or you would start to understand you would continue to get product market fit and you'd get traction. What happens is once you got product market fit, the part of that you can explore is, now that I know that hacking away at, say, Facebook groups gets me this number of users and we haven't spent $1, but then if I follow up with them and I actually buy Facebook ads, guess what? $1 in is $5 out. Well, now you can start getting to scale. You're on your way and product market fit is right there. It's pretty much yours to lose at that moment in time. I suggest going full-time when you have product market fit, or you've got product market fit and without you, it's not going to go anywhere. You getting in there and you jumping in will start to spike it. If you jump into your startup full-time too early, you risk putting so much pressure on your startup that it tanks and doesn't have a chance to live. It's kind of like that whole story, I saw this YouTube video about turtles hatching and these little baby turtles, like so cute and adorable, right? All the ones that you see in Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, right? Swimming around the ocean. And they hatch out of these eggs and they're laid on the beach. And these turtles have to break out of the eggs and then crawl to the sand and then go in there, but they're helpless. And like one in, I don't know, some ridiculous number of turtles survive. That's the reason you lay so many turtle eggs and you see this huge army going in the beach. Well, some people go, aw, That's so bad. I wish I could help those turtles. So what do? They cut open the egg and then they lift the turtle and they walk it into the water and they drop it in the water and the turtle automatically dies. I don't know if it automatically dies. The chance of survival is diminished. Why? Because the struggle of cracking out of the egg and climbing, crawling, clawing your way through the beach as a newborn into the ocean gives you the opportunity to develop the strength, the resilience, work those muscles. And that's what working a full-time job does to ensure long-term success. Probability of success goes up. You're working a full-time job. And I know many founders here at Startups.com. I talk to them, I advise them every single week. They quit after the startup could, one, support their full-time salary, had enough money in the bank, tons of runway, but they got product market fit. And now it was a matter of doing business model fit and getting to scale to the next level. So that would be my advice.